Hello, my name is Memo, and today I'll be reviewing Vultures 1 by Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign. Chicago producer and rapper Kanye West and LA singer Ty Dolla Sign just released their newest collaborative album earlier this year. Before I start the review, let me give some context. Kanye West is my favorite artist of all time. I think he is the most important artist when it comes to hip hop. I love this man's music for the most part. So the last thing I want to hear in the comment section is that I am a hater. I'm just trying to be Fantano. Because at the end of the day, I am not a Kanye fan. I am a music fan. If I like the music, I'll say I like the music. If I don't like the music, I'll say I don't like the music. So let's talk about the music. Let's go over each track and I'll talk about whether I liked it or not. Starting with Stars. Not even a minute into the album, a minute into the intro song, Kanye West is bringing up Jewish people, saying how he could be anti-Semitic when he has Jewish people on payroll. That's at least what the line is giving to me. So right off the bat, we're starting the album on the wrong foot. It also doesn't help that Stars is a very boring track, not even 2 minutes long. Sounds like a leftover off of Donda. This song is mid at best. Keys to My Life is also mid. I hate the instrumental on this song. I will say I do think that Kanye's lyrics on his divorce is kind of touching on the first verse. On the second verse, he kind of just rambles off a little bit. But I don't see myself coming back to this song. A lot of people have said this already, but why would you listen to Paid if Fade is a thing? Fade is 10 times better than this shit. The best part about this song is Ty Dolla Sign. Kanye West basically ruins it with his verse, singing in a very irritating way. Most likely trying to be ironic, but still, it's cringe. I don't like it. Talking had some potential. I really like the performances from every artist here, Ty Dolla Sign, Kanye, and even Northwest. I think she was great. But the fact that the song feels very unfinished bothers me. Like, I feel like there's two unfinished songs just slapped together with very little to no transition from each other. So, to me, the song structure sucks and it kind of prevents me from really loving the song. But shout out to Ty Dolla Sign, his verse was incredible on this track. Back to Me is awful. It's so bad. The beat is clunky and repetitive and boring. Kanye West gives one of his worst performances of all time. His verse is so annoying. The Falling Out the Skyline was funny at first. After the first time I heard it, I liked it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny, tongue in cheek. But after the 80th time, I was sick and tired of hearing it. Ruins the song, and it's a shame because we had a great Freddie Gibbs verse on this track. A Freddie Gibbs Kanye West song is something that I dream of, but seeing it unfold and becoming this disaster is very saddening. I don't have much to say about this track other than it's by far the worst track here. The beat is the worst beat Kanye has ever been on. HOODRAT, HOODRAT, HOODRAT. Do It is actually fire. It's a West Coast banger with great features from Nipsey Hussle, YG. Kanye's barely on it, so it's not too bad. I can see myself listening to this track during the summer. I like the idea of Paperwork. I like the idea of having this industrial grungy track, but I feel like Kanye should have explored this idea and worked on it more. Also, Quavo was kind of cringe on this track. So I want to like it, but I feel like there should have been a lot more done to this track. Burn sounds very out of place, but it's a fire track. It's simple, it's catchy, it's lighthearted. It is very fun, and if the whole album was songs like this, I would have loved it a lot. Fuck Some is a banger, I will admit that. I like the bass-heavy production. Travis Scott and Playboi Carti killed it on this track. So did Ty Dolla Sign on the hook. Honestly, it's pretty fire. I like Vultures, but I probably would have loved it more if Kanye West was not on the track. He had yet another anti-Semitic bar that kind of ruins the track for me. Carnival is another banger. I really like the chant chorus on this track. The lyrics might be a bit cringe, but it's a fun, aggressive track. I can see why a lot of people are hyping this track. Beg Forgiveness has some of the best performances on the album, with Chris Brown actually surprisingly being good on this track. Ty Dolla's best performance was on this track. Problematic has some problematic lyrics, but I can't deny the beat carries on this one. It's probably one of the few songs that reminds me that I'm listening to a Kanye West album and not just a mid-album. But yeah, the soundscape on this track is phenomenal. And then we end things off with Mid. Another anti-Semitic line is in the chorus of this song, so we get to hear it several times. And Kanye is basically proclaiming that he is king even though he's been canceled, even though he's anti-Semitic. Like, shut up. I don't want to hear it. So yeah, I'm not denying that there are some great songs on this album, but most of the album has either some mid or some of the worst Kanye West songs I've ever heard. There's anti-Semitism throughout this album, some of Kanye's worst lyrics, and worst beat selections. There's a lot of boring beats. The beats here are overhyped. You know, as a Kanye fan, I remember when a Kanye album used to mean something. It used to mean greatness. It used to mean that I would be listening to something boundary pushing. This album is not that. Instead, we got a mid album from an anti-Semite who clearly doesn't care about his legacy anymore. Because now Kanye West does not have a perfect discography. It is now blemished. And again, he's an anti-Semite, so there's no winning there. I'll be giving this album a 4 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.